Whispers about Charlie Kirk's legacy were already circulating on the internet. But nobody anticipated that Joe Rogan would be the next big revelation. In a recent episode of his hugely successful podcast, Rogan leaned back in his chair, looked directly at his guest, and revealed something so startling that even his studio crew reportedly froze in disbelief. He wasn't talking about politics. He was not discussing conflicts between cultures. He was discussing Charlie's widow, Erika Kirk, and her unsettling relationship to Harley's parents. Rogan didn't merely allude. He gave it his all. People have no idea what's really going on with Erika and Charlie's family. He remarked in an uncharacteristically somber tone. I've heard things from insider sexpo with things that explain why the funeral was so tense. Why his widow is acting the way she is, and why his parents have been so strangely quiet. The world suddenly erupted. A chunk was snipped by fans and shared online. Hashtags such as #TheParents immediately rose to the top of trending lists after Rogan exposes things exposed Kirk, and #Erika.Rogan's discovery spread like wildfire online in a matter of hours. People were no longer merely inquisitive. They wanted answers. According to Rogan, Erika's relationship with Charlie's parents has been toxic for years. He asserted that there were personal conflicts involving money, power, and even Charlie's public persona. The worst part was that he implied that Erika may have purposefully cut Charlie's parents out of his empire after his death. I'm not saying she planned it, Rogan remarked warily. But if you follow the money and you look at who's been making the moves since Charlie's gone, it's not his parents. It's her. And trust me, the stuff I've heard about the fights between them would blow your mind. Viewers were floored. Why would Erika shut out Charlie's parents? What secrets were they hiding? And why did Rogan sound so certain that something sinister was at play? The videos went viral. TikTok creators used dramatic filters to enact Rogan's words. And Twitter threads erupted with conjecture. Some users claimed to have seen indications for years that Erika was keeping Charlie's parents in the dark, while others claimed Rogan was stirring things up without any proof. If Rogan's sources were authentic, then this is where things got sinister. Rogan's guest, an industry insider, whose name the podcast blurred out at their request, nodded solemnly during the conversation and added, Charlie's parents know things about Erika. Charlie's death had ripped open a family feud far darker than the public ever imagined. She is attempting to quiet them because of this. Documents, videos, and other items have the power to drastically alter people's perceptions of her. The internet stopped working. Documents, recordings. Could Charlie's own parents be sitting on the receipts that reveal his widow? Suddenly, the story was not about Charlie's politics or his empire, but rather about a family split apart, a widow accused of manipulation, and parents who might have been coerced into silence. It was impossible to ignore because Joe Rogan, arguably the most powerful podcaster in the world, was the one bringing it to light. The world wants to know the truth about Erika Kirk and Charlie's parents because, if Rogan is saying it, you know there's fire behind the smoke. Erika Kirk needs to start talking because the silence looks really bad. Imagine being Charlie's parents and witnessing Erika rewrite history in real time. One thing is certain. Joe Rogan didn't just open a door. Door. He kicked it off the hinges. Rogan's sources are correct. This scandal is just getting started. And the next revelation could shatter the carefully constructed image Erika has been clinging to since Charlie's death. Secondly, we need to examine the history, the complex, messy, and frequently hidden dynamics that have plagued Charlie's family long before his death. This is because Rogan wasn't merely hinting at drama. He was pointing at a conflict that insiders say was bound to erupt sooner or later. Charlie Kirk's rise to prominence wasn't just the story of a young man with big ideas and a relentless drive. It was also the story of a family. His parents were instrumental in shaping his early career, not just supporting him emotionally, but allegedly funding and guiding some of his earliest ventures. According to people close to the family, Charlie's father was fiercely protective of his son, while his mother reportedly worked behind the scenes. ensuring that Charlie's ambitions were backed with financial stability. For a long time, the Kirks were united. But then came Charlie met Erika in conservative circles, where her refined appearance, keen intuition, and close relationships made her stand out. From the outside, their marriage appeared ideal to young movement stars, standing side by side, building a future. But those who knew the family said things weren't so smooth. Insiders whispered that Erika's entry into Charlie's life changed everything, particularly his relationship with his parents. One alleged former employee told a blogger it was subtle at first. Charlie's parents used to have a role in decisions made by Erika, such as who handled money, who was invited to events, who managed Charlie's access. His parents used to be his closest advisors, but in less than a year, they were seldom there. It was a financial shift as well as an emotional one. There were rumors circulating that Erika and Charlie's parents were at odds about money, particularly who was in charge of Charlie's empire. Tense conversations on oversight and openness were depicted in a purportedly leaked email that was never verified but went viral on forums. It was seen by fans as proof of a bitter familial tug-of-war. After Charlie's health started to deteriorate, things reportedly became worse. Whispers claimed claims that Rogan mentioned how EEA supposedly tightened her hold, ensuring Charlie's parents were excluded from important choices. Following Charlie's passing, Erika, his parents, spoke on behalf of the family when reporters attempted to contact them for comment. Eyebrows were raised by Charlie's parents' silence. Why didn't they stand out more? Why didn't they release statements of their own? Some thought it was grief. Others think it was control, particularly in light of Rogan's remarks. Furthermore, Rogan did not come up with this hypothesis on his own. He shared an insider anecdote on his podcast. At one point, Charlie's parents attempted to intervene and question the way things were being handled. Before you know it, they are entirely ignored. They don't attend events. They remain silent. Additionally, Erika is in charge of the story. That is not an accident. The internet started making connections right away. Charlie's parents' almost complete disappearance in later years was juxtaposed with old footage of them attending his early events. Fans became aware of Erika's growing power. Her public appearances, her speeches, and her meticulously constructed persona as Charlie's heir. It appeared more like a replacement than a cooperation. Subsequently, there was speculation about documents, financial records, communication, and possibly even recordings that Rogan's guest mentioned. The assertion was terrifying. Erika is attempting to keep Charlie's parents quiet because they are aware of some details about her. True, this would account for their abrupt disappearance and quiet. Erika completely filled the odd power vacuum, but it also brought up unsettling issues. What precisely were they aware of? And why hadn't they spoken up? Was it a fear of Erika's power? Or did Charlie's kingdom face pressure from even more powerful forces? Fans' theories went crazy on the internet. Some claimed that in order to consolidate control, Erika had successfully conducted a covert takeover, pushing Charlie's parents aside. Others conjectured that the parents had been financially or legally gagged while sitting on explosive evidence. Some even muttered that Charlie had confided in his parents prior to his passing, giving them information that was too risky to divulge. Creators of TikTok, lemline dramatized the quarrel, acting out imagined phone exchanges between Erika and the parents. Twitter threads created detailed timelines of the parents' public appearances, highlighting how quickly they disappeared following significant occasions. Reddit users argued over whether Rogan was spreading a conspiracy or if his sources were trustworthy. Everyone was in agreement, though, that something wasn't adding up. Celebrities began to comment as well. You better believe there's fire under that smoke if Rogan says Erika's hiding something from Charlie's parents. A country music artist tweeted, "It's a grotesque invasion of grief," a political pundit retorted. The split did nothing but feed the flames. The split did nothing but feed the flames. And Erika said nothing at all. There were no interviews or announcements, just her typical polished Instagram posts with Bible quotes, beautiful black and white photos, and messages about stillness and strength. However, these posts began to appear ominous rather than sympathetic. Every ambiguous message was seen as a covert act of rebellion against Charlie's parents. The background was obvious. Charlie's parents fell because of Erika's ascent. The folks who raised Charlie were supposedly pushed into the background. While the lady who was once thought of as the helpful wife had taken on the role of gatekeeper for an empire. And now, thanks to Rogan's discoveries, the world was demanding answers. But here's the terrible thing. Erika isn't only defending Charlie's legacy if the parents actually have receipts and the records and papers mentioned are authentic. She's fighting, TikTok fighting, TikTok fighting, fighting, TikTok fighting, TikTok fighting. To defend herself and the initial significant confrontation, it was going to erupt in the most spectacular and public manner imaginable. Nothing could have prepared anyone for the big battle that ensued. Even though Joe Rogan's murmurs about Erika Kirk and Charlie's parents were already igniting the internet, an undercurrent of distrust abruptly exploded into a loud family quarrel that reached the public glare and went far beyond whispered rumors. A few days after Rogan's show debuted, a tabloid publication released an exclusive leak. Secret Emails was the headline. Expose Erika Kirk's conflict with Charlie's parents. The piece featured hazy screenshots of purported emails between Erika and a financial advisor. We can't let Charlie's parents dictate anything anymore. Their involvement risks undoing everything we've worked for. The internet went berserk. Erika allegedly wrote in the messages. Fans gasped at the phrase, "We can't let them dictate anything anymore." To Menominee, it was evidence of what Rogan had suggested. In order to take complete control of Charlie's empire, Erika had purposefully ignored his parents. Anger erupted in Twitter threads. Erika therefore Smaney. Therefore ever ties with his own parents. This is precisely what Rogan was referring to. She concentrated her force. If the emails are authentic, she deleted them rather than simply pushing them out. The first twist then appeared. An audio recording that was leaked. Things, therefore, many. Appeared TikTok-cursorily, a heated phone conversation between Charlie's mother and an unidentified confidant on Reddit. She's rewriting history. She's painting herself as the guardian, but she's shutting us out. Charlie wouldn't have wanted this. A voice that many believe to be Mrs. Kirk said in the video, which quickly went viral. Tap, heard. Therefore, Iktikia Sinistiktikers added subtitles. Dramatizing the futa appeared.ge with remarks anti-Tokursa sinistered soundtrack. YouTubers dissected it, examining each word frame by frame. What the fans were hearing was unbelievable. The true shocking revelation appeared midway through the tape. Despite Charlie's mother seemingly accusing Erika of stealing her son's inheritance, the voice was nearly shaky as it whispered, "She doesn't want anyone to see what we have. Everything is different if they emerge. The world went cold. Things she wants no one to see." Were they the records and papers that Rogan's visitor had made fun of? Did Charlie's parents genuinely keep receipts of evidence that may ruin Erika's carefully built image? The conjecture got out of hand. Wild speculations abound on Twitter timelines. Some said the parents had evidence of Erika's financial manipulation. Others felt that there were private recordings, possibly even Charlie's own admissions regarding his wife. There were rumors circulating on the internet concerning mysteries surrounding Charlie's abrupt fall, implying that Erika's control was more darker than anyone could have predicted. The media frenzy grew more intense. The veracity of the disclosure was disputed by news anchors. Emergency episodes of podcasts focused on the feud's analysis. The headlines cried out, "Did Charlie's parents get silenced by Erika Kirk? And a family dispute might destroy Kirk's legacy." Erika, meanwhile, became utterly silent. She published no remarks, sinister marks, and divided no denials. Just a mysterious Instagram photo of clasped hands with the slogan, "Pray for peace." WRE marks an ith instead of settling the tempest. It infuriated the public further. Peace. Then tell the truth was one of the many comments left by fans. Then another surprise was revealed. Screenshots purportedly showing Erika's legal team delivering Condi's letters to Charlie's parents, cautioning them against public defamation and unapproved exposure of sensitive information, were shared by an unidentified Twitter account named Family Truths. The internet went crazy. If true, this was outright suppression rather than merely a estrangement. NT, she's suing her own in-laws into silence. Erika, what are you hiding? Was one of the viral tweets that went viral within hours. Influencers, celebrities, and even politicians weighed in, demanding that Charlie's parents be free to voice their opinions without fear of retaliation. The scandal wasn't limited to a single family. In a subsequent episode, Joe Rogan frankly stated, "Hey, this isn't conspiracy, as any merit has become a societal flashpoint about truth, power, and control. This is taking place. Erika has too much to lose if the parents come up. You may infer all you need to know from the fact that they are being silenced." Whispers no longer characterize the fight. It was a war between Erika and Charlie's parents, with millions of fans watching every move and Rogan serving as the amplifier. However, the first twist wasn't just about parents being silenced or facing legal repercussions. It was about what would happen next. Within days, there were rumors circulating that Charlie's parents weren't merely holding on to documents. They were getting ready to release them. If the rumors were accurate, those files, the major conflict had erupted, and the escalation that followed would make this family feud seem like a mere prelude to something far darker. The family feud had already made headlines around the world, but the escalation would reveal secrets about Charlie's entire empire. The cliffhanger was brutal. Would the parents remain silent under legal pressure? Or would they finally detonate the bomb Erika had been desperate to keep hidden? What started out as rumors about Erika Kirk's tense relationship with Charlie's parents turned into a public war zone, with revelations so shocking that even seasoned journalists acknowledged they had never seen anything like it. The entire Kirk legacy revealed secrets that no one thought would ever come to light. It all began with a bombshell report from an independent journalist who claimed to have been contacted by someone close to Charlie's parents. The article's title screamed, "Charlie's parents prepared to release hidden files on Erika." The report claimed that the parents had bank statements, private letters, and even recordings that purportedly demonstrated Erika's manipulation of family narratives and finances in the wake of Charlie's death. The response was immediate and explosive, with Reddit threads full of conjecture about what might be in those files. TikTokal creators starting countdown videos alerting their followers to the impending release, and one viral video dramatizing the possible release as if it were a movie trailer this fall. The truth will not be silenced, but Erika was not going to remain silent while the storm raged. Within hours, sources close to her leaked statements to reputable media outlets, portraying the parents as distraught and unstable, implying that their claims were the result of resentment rather than reality. To some, this appeared to be standard damage control, but to others, it appeared to be pure desperation. Then came the startling revelation. Suddenly, a video appeared on a small but rapidly expanding YouTube channel claiming to have access to one of the recordings. The title read, "Leaked KTC TikTokal Call, Erika versus the Parents," and the thumbnail showed Erika's face blurred out. In the audio, a woman's voice that sounded eerily similar to Erika's could be heard arguing with an older couple, who were purportedly Charlie's parents. The voice yelled, "You will not go public. You think people will believe you? I now own this story. If you speak, I'll destroy everything you have left." The internet froze. If this was real, it was evidence of outright intimidation rather than just tension. The video went viral and received millions of views in a matter of hours. TikTokers blasted the recording over menacing beats. Erika essentially threatened her own in-laws. Joe Rogan was correct. She's controlling the story by force. Instagram pages uploaded transcripts in bold red letters, and Twitter trended worldwide under the hashtag #DestroyEverything. Fans were appalled. Parents actually have files, so it makes sense that she is afraid. while mainstream media hurried to confirm the video. Some rejected it as possibly manipulated, while others cautiously suggested it sounded real. However, the verdict in the court of public opinion was already rendered. Erika was guilty of silencing Charlie's parents. And then another twist emerged just as the frenzy was reaching its peak. An enigmatic anonymous account named A Truth for Charlie posted what they claimed to be excerpts from the Kirk files. Screenshots of a financial document showing massive DOT transfers from Charlie's accounts to shell companies. And handwritten notes that seemed to be from Charlie's father expressing his worries about unexplained withdrawals, including one that said, "She's hiding something. Don't entrust the estate to her. Hiding something. Don't have faith in her with the estate." The fallout was instantaneous. YouTubers launched lengthy live streams scrutinizing every pixel of the screenshots, debating whether the handwriting matched Charlie's father's known letters. Commentators on the left and right piled on, demanding investigations. Hashtags like hashtag FOLLOWTHEMONEY and hashtag Erika Fraud trended, and Erika's silence became deafening. In the meantime, Joe Rogan couldn't help but smirk as he addressed the drama on a new episode. "I told you guys, I don't just say this stuff to stir the pot." For days, she didn't post anything, no Bible quotes, no beautiful photos, no attempts at calm messaging, which only fueled the speculation. Fans demanded answers, and critics declared her career in ruins. Celebrities outside of politics started to weigh in. One well-known actor tweeted, "Imagine being Charlie's parents and watching your son's memory be rewritten. You know there's fire when you hear people muttering, and now the smoke is everywhere. Tragic? This feels evil," a music star wrote in a comment beneath a popular video. The intensification had escalated to nuclear proportions. What had started out as Rogan's revelation had now become a storm of leaks, recordings, and documents soul-painting. Erika was a widow desperate to defend her empire at the expense of her in-laws. But that left hanger was even darker because, as the internet tore Erika apart, Charlie's parents issued a brief, terrifying statement via a family friend. "We will not be silenced. The truth will come out even if it destroys us." The shocking revelation had changed the story from rumors of family drama to a full-scale reckoning. And the next phase, the public and industry reactions, would turn this family feud into a cultural war. The leaks had exploded like bombs across the internet, but it left everyone holding their breath. If the leaks so far were only the beginning, what else did the parents have? And more importantly, why did they think exposing Erika might destroy them too? The drama surrounding Erika Kirk, Charlie's parents, and Joe Rogan's shocking revelations had become the only topic of conversation. Social media timelines were a battlefield. On Twitter, 3 hashtags dominated the global conversation for 3 days in a row. #KErkFiles, hashtag Let the Parents Speak, and hashtag Destroy Everything. It wasn't until the public and industry reactions kicked in that the scandal truly spiraled out of control. Millions of users analyzed the purportedly leaked call in which Erika's voice threatened Charlie's parents. Some called it the smoking gun, others insisted it was edited, but everyone agreed it sounded damning. One viral post captured the public sentiment. "Even if it's fake, Erika's silence says everything." TikTok elevated the scandal to theatrical levels, with Creato Sorenact acting out the leaked audio as if it were a courtroom drama, adding menacing music and flashing captions like, "You will not go." Public a trend of people filming themselves severing relationships with toxic people in their lives and captioning it with Erika's purported comments. "I own this narrative now," even began. Some videos received tens of millions of views in a matter of days. On Reddit, amateur sleuths pored over the alleged financial documents dropped off at Truth for Charlie. Threads mapped connections between shell companies, alleged transfers, and Erika's public lifestyle. One post titled, "Follow the Money." The Erika web comprised flowcharts and screenshots purporting to demonstrate that Charlie's estate was embezzled. The post received 80,000 upvotes in less than a day. Instagram was no exception, with meme pages overflowing with side-by-side pictures of Erika's meticulously crafted posts and Charlie's distraught parents. Captions such as "strength in silence" or "strength in secrets" went viral. Influencers weighed in. 21 lifestyle influencers with 4 million followers. "I would torment my spouse forever if he silenced my parents tomorrow." But it wasn't just fans. The industry itself began to fracture. Conservative commentators who once praised Erika suddenly grew cautious. Some doubled down in her defense, claiming the leaks were part of a coordinated smear campaign designed to discredit Charlie's legacy. Others quietly distanced themselves, not wanting to be associated with a scandal spilling out of control. One well-known political strategist tweeted, "Whether true or not, perception is reality." And Erika's current perception is poisonous. In the meantime, Joe Rogan's influence was enormous. His first disclosure had started this chain reaction, and now every major media outlet was reporting on his remarks. CNN featured a segment titled "Joe Rogan Sparks Kirk Family Firestorm," while news responded with Rogan's reckless speculation harms a grieving widow. The disagreement wasn't just about the facts. Celebrities outside of politics also chimed in, tweeting things like, "This Erika's story feels like a Netflix series." Sending love to Charlie's parents. A Hollywood actress named Shonda Rhimes wrote on social media, "Nobody ought to be silenced." Their participation merely fueled the fire. A group of followers then started an internet campaign called #Justice for the Kirks in the midst of the storm. They organized digital rallies, spammed Erika's Instagram comments, and even started a petition demanding that Charlie's parents be given a platform to speak publicly without fear of legal retaliation. The petition hit 500,000 signatures in just 3 days. The scandal grew so big that talk shows picked it up. Late-night hosts cracked jokes about Erika's alleged intimidation call, mocking the line, "I own this narrative now." "Imagine threatening your in-laws like a Bond villain," one comedian joked. The audience roared, but the undertone was clear. Erika had become a caricature of the evil widow. But while the public raged, the silence from Erika's camp only deepened the mystery. Her refusal to comment made every rumor, every leak, and every conspiracy seem more believable. Even allies began to wonder aloud, if this isn't true, why not deny it? Charlie's parents, meanwhile, garnered a flood of sympathy. Photos of them from years past, the internet elevated them into martyrs, while Erika was portrayed as the villain rewriting history. Industry insiders began whispering to journalists that more was on the way. One unnamed source told a reporter, "The parents have been quiet long enough." Fans contrasted those images with their current silence, portraying them as tragic figures robbed not only of their son, but also of their voice. They're getting ready for something major. The information in the Kirk files is significantly greater than what has been leaked thus far. The public went into overdrive. What could be more serious than the threats, emails, and money transfers? Was there something more sinister that could ruin not just Erika's reputation, but Charlie's entire empire? By this point, opinions had hardened into two camps. Team Erika, who claimed she was being unfairly attacked in her grief, and Team Parents, who insisted they were free to disclose everything. Team Rogan was convinced that the podcaster had just exposed the largest cover-up in years. After years of polarization, the internet stopped merely observing and started taking sides, engaging in virtual conflicts in Erika's comment sections and on all of Charlie's legacy pages. Finally, the final indication of how far this had gone appeared. There were rumors that Netflix, Hulu, and even HBO were circling the story for possible DACA stories. An anonymous producer leaked a statement saying this has everything: power, money, family, betrayal. It's Shakespearean. The scandal had officially grown larger than anyone could have predicted. But the outrageous reactions were just the beginning, because the final twist was still waiting to explode on it, would make everything so far look like child's play. The world thought it had already seen the worst sight, which leaked emails, the chilling audio, The financial screenshots, but the final twist in the Erika Kirk saga hit like a thunderclap. It was darker, more shocking, and far more dangerous than anyone had dared to imagine. It began late one night when Charlie's parents released a short video statement filmed in a dimly lit living room. The mother looked visibly shaken. The father's voice cracked with emotion. He said, "We've stayed silent too long. The truth is what our youngster deserves." The father abruptly held up a USB drive, saying, "This is what she fears," and the internet went crazy. Within minutes, hashtags like #KirkUSB and #TruthDrive were trending globally, with fans pleading with them to post the information right away. And Erika knows exactly why we've been silenced. Before the parents could release anything, a startling development occurred. The video was mysteriously removed from all major platforms. YouTube removed it, citing policy violations. Instagram flagged it for sensitive content. Even re-uploads vanished within minutes. The internet screamed censorship. YouTubers streamed live for hours, speculating about what might be on its secret recordings. Hidden bank transfers, or even a confession. Fans demanded to know who was protecting Erika. And then another terrifying detail emerged. According to a blogger who claimed to have spoken to someone close to the family, the USB contained emails between Erika and Charlie's estate lawyer that purportedly described how Erika moved to cut the parents out of control just days after Charlie's funeral. The timing, the coldness, and the precision painted a brutal picture. But this is where the cliffhanger deepened. The blogger hinted that the USB didn't just contain financial records. Personal videos and voice messages purportedly sent by Charlie to his parents expressing concerns about Erika, including warnings. One purported line from a voice note that was leaked on Twitter read, "I don't trust what she's doing with my name. If anything happens to me, make sure people know." The internet stopped breathing if this was true. It stopped breathing if this was true. The final words in their video left a haunting echo. "If we disappear, if we're silenced again, remember this, look at Erika." Erika remained silent, but her silence screamed louder than words. Fans accused her of pulling strings to censor the USB reveal. Theories spread that powerful allies were protecting her, afraid of what those files could expose. Not just about Erika, but about the entire network around Charlie's empire and the parents. Thriller. The USB existed. The parents were ready to speak, but forces bigger than anyone realized were moving to stop them. That cliffhanger couldn't be clearer. Would the Kirk parents survive long enough to release the files? Would Charlie's alleged voice notes ever see the light of day? And just how far would Erika go to protect her empire? The story wasn't over. Charlie's grieving widow, Erika Kirk, is either the most dangerous or the most misunderstood woman in conservative politics. Joe Rogan cracked the door open, and Charlie's parents attempted to push it wider. After all the chaos, the leaked emails, the terrifying phone call, the enigmatic USB drive, and the whispers of Charlie's own voice, one thing is certain. This story is far from finished. The world is now demanding answers. But the truth is that what happens next depends on you. The audience, the fans, and the people who won't let this story end. Do you think Erika's silence is a sign of grief or guilt? Do you think the USB that Charlie's parents waved on camera contains the actual receipt store? I want to hear your theories. Please share them in the comments section right now. Debate, argue, expose. Don't hold back. The more people speak, the more difficult it is for powerful hands to stifle the truth. Was it a desperate bluff and the most terrifying of Olive? The leaked voice note was real. Did Charlie himself try to warn the world before it was too late? While you're here, hit the like button to help this story reach as many people as possible. Share this video with your friends because the more people see it, the safer Charlie's parents might be from the forces attempting to shut them down. Of course, make sure you subscribe because, believe me, this saga is far from over. Joe Rogan isn't done talking. Erika isn't done hiding. And Charlie's parents have already promised the files are coming. So stay tuned because when the next leak occurs, it won't simply tremble. Erika has the potential to destroy everything Charlie constructed, leaving only the question of who will survive the fire.